Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be trying something completely brand new. Well, not completely brand new, but we're going to be taking a different take on my dividend investing case study that I did a little while back. So if you guys don't know, about 8 weeks ago, I started a dividend investing case study where basically I was buying dividend stocks completely from scratch, kind of thing, starting a portfolio completely from scratch. And we're kind of building that portfolio to get to 6 figures. And I kind of want to do it just to show you guys how easy it is to get started with investing and kind of do a case study to see like how much money can we actually make from investing in dividend stocks. Now, the cool thing about this is kind of shortly before that, I actually found out about REITs or real estate investment funds and real estate investing and stuff like that. And when I was younger, and this thought came to me a lot when I was younger, like I wanted to get into real estate and stuff like that because everybody talks about real estate and stuff like that. But the thought of like owning it or being a landlord or managing it and all that kind of stuff just didn't appeal to me. So when I found out about REITs and stuff like that and all these different funds that you can do, which are essentially kind of work the same way as stocks, you buy into them and then you get paid dividends and income and stuff like that. The only difference is that instead of buying stocks, you're buying like a real part of that real estate investment kind of thing. So it was opened up a really cool opportunity to me, and I kind of looked into it and stuff like that. And historically, REITs have performed pretty decent. In terms of dividends, like you can get them, they have pretty high yields and whatnot, and they do really well. So I think making a fund and doing a case study built around this would be pretty cool. And the main thing I want to do this is it'd be cool if I was a landlord so we could compare this together, like compare being a landlord versus investing into an REIT. But in this case, instead of being a landlord, we're just going to invest into REIT and we can still own real estate without doing all the managing thing and stuff like that. And that's the big thing that kind of threw me off buying real estate is number one, you had to have a lot of money saved up. You got to make a big down payment and then you got to manage it, and then you got to do all that kind of stuff. But the cool thing about investing into like a fund or something like that is you still own the real estate, but you don't have to do anything. It's kind of like passive income, right? So it's kind of like an alternative way to invest into real estate without being a landlord and having like a giant payment for a down payment on a house or something like that, and then dealing with all those issues that can bring. So this is going to be like an alternative, and this is what this case study is going to be. It's going to be kind of limited in perspective because I'm not a landlord, so I can't really give you guys that perspective. But what I can show you guys is what kind of return we can get investing into an REIT, and that's going to be the basis of this case study. So this is week number 1. We're just getting started with the portfolio. If you guys haven't checked out my dividend investing case study, I'll link to it in the description of this video. Check that out because this is going to kind of work the same way. The only difference is that we're going to buy REITs exclusively, not dividend stocks. And in fact, in my dividend investing case study, I do have some REITs in there, but so I don't know if I'm going to sell them or just keep them in there for now. We'll kind of see, but this portfolio is going to be 100% REITs to kind of like compare the two. And the cool thing about doing this as well, and the cool thing that I liked about doing this allows me to diversify my income. I have my main stock portfolio, which is a combination of everything. I have stocks, bonds, REITs, ETFs, everything, like, dividend stocks, all that kind of stuff put into one. Then I have my 100% dividend based portfolio, and now I have an REIT based portfolio. So I'm really diversifying my income and stuff like that, and it's kind of cool to see this and do these different case studies. And I know you guys like these case studies because they by far do the best on my channel in terms of getting people in and stuff like that, and you guys seem to like them a lot, and I love doing them. So I'm going to be doing more case studies like this, and this is how we're going to get this one started. And it is going to be really basic to kind of get started with, but I do plan on improving it over time and whatnot. So the first thing we're going to do is I have my portfolio set up here in Wealthsimple Trade. Basically what I've done is I just opened a new account here. I have my tax-free savings account. I'm going to see if I can rename these so these aren't confusing. But this one right here is my dividend fund with $873 that we're building out. And then I have my personal one here, which is going to be my REIT fund that we're going to start with. Now, I kind of just started to transfer, so the money's not in the account yet. But once it gets in, we will buy our first ETF. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the first ETF I'm going to buy. And we're going to start with a few ETFs, that are REIT or real estate based kind of thing. And I think we're going to pick 3 or 4 to get started with, and then we're going to pick some individual, maybe like REITs or different funds and stuff like that to go from there. But we're going to start really broad and pick our ETFs because I think ETFs should make the base of every portfolio because you're just investing over a large quantity of different things, and in this case, real estate. So yeah, the first one we're going to talk about is a Vanguard Fund. Now I'm going to go into the Vanguard Fund here. This is VRE. This is a Canadian-based fund. We're going to try and pick some Canadian, some US, and maybe some global ones and foreign ones and kind of like have them we're probably going to focus on Canadian ones because I'm Canadian. But we're going to try and diversify, of course, just in case. And one thing I also want to mention really quick before we get into the video, if you guys sign up for Wealthsimple Trade, you'll get $5 for free put to your account, and I'll also get $5 put into my account. So if you guys want to support the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. But also feel free to use I'll leave my link in the description of this video. You guys can click and you guys can get $5 to your Wealthsimple account, and I'll get $5 as well. So I can put that towards investing more into real estate. So if you guys want to help out, feel free to do that. But this is the first ETF we're going to do, and this is VRE. This is a Vanguard capped REIT index ETF. Pretty solid. We can see here that there's some things on the side here. We have a distribution yield of 3.03%, which is pretty decent. For it is dividend based kind of thing, or income based, whatever you want to call it, kind of thing. And a dividend schedule is monthly, which is really cool. I'm going to try to look for some monthly funds because I like getting, it makes more sense to get that monthly income, because remember, we're comparing this to being like a landlord kind of thing, or owning real estate in that sense. So getting like our income monthly makes the most sense, I think, in my opinion. So we're going to look for funds that do that. And the income distribution per unit is 0.09 cents, almost 10 cents. So you're getting about 0.9 cents ish per share. And the actual market price is $37 or $38 Canadian, we'll say. So we could probably we're going to start with putting $100 a week into this fund and maybe slowly increase it over time like we've done with our dividend fund. So every single week I'll do a video, we'll buy a stock, we'll buy a fund, we'll do something like that, and we'll put $100 more into this REIT portfolio and slowly grow it over time. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We might increase it over time like I did with my dividend investing case study. So this is, so we could probably buy about maybe two shares to get started with. And the cool thing about this is we'll start earning income right away. So, and this is a cool thing about investing this way, is you don't need like $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 plus to get started with real estate investing and be a landlord. You can just put, like, if you got $50, you can get started and you can start investing in real estate and earning income. So this is why I think this is really cool to do this case study, and it's a cool option for a lot of people. So you can see here, this is the actual performance of the fund. Over the course of the last month, it looks like it went up 4%. So it's already had a good start to the year at 4% increase. Last year we had a 17% gain, which is pretty solid. I mean, stocks, everything did good last year, and it looks like real estate did pretty good as well. And over the course of 3 years, we're sitting at 12%, 5 years, 8%, and inception is 8.73. So that's the average since the fund was started. And I think it started in 2015, so it's 5 years old. I think. I want to say it's 5 years old. Looks like it. So 5 years, over the course of 5 years, this fund has basically gained you 9% per year, which again is pretty solid for a fund. Pretty happy with that. I'm not going to complain. Number of holdings, we have 17. Looking at anything other thing, return on equity. So this is kind of, I think, basically whenever they sell something or whenever they take a property and then it gains value and they sell it, this is a return, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And then earnings growth rate is the average annual rate of growth in earnings over the past 5 years for the stocks in a portfolio. So 11.54%. I'm not sure exactly what these numbers mean. I'm going to have to dive in them a little bit more, but it just basically means that I guess this is how much you kind of estimated to make. And here are the different holdings that they have. So we have a lot of different ones. We have Canadian apartment properties, Ryocan, I think that's how you say that. I've heard of that one before. Allied Properties, I've heard of H&R, Smart Centers, First Service, Granite, Choice Properties, I've heard of them. Colliers International Group, I'm not sure what that is. Chartwell I've heard of because we actually have a lot of Chartwells. They're basically retirement residents. We actually have a bunch where I'm from, so that is one thing that I actually am aware of. And this is the top 10, approximately equals to 80% of net assets. So this whole thing, most of this fund is these properties right here. We can click view holding details and I think it shows you everything. Yeah, it will show you everything here. So I don't think I recognize any of these other ones, but that's pretty much the basis of the fund of the first 10. And then you can see the sector weighting. So industrial and office is 30%, retail is 20%, residential would be like people living 19%, and diversified is 14%, real estate services, and then real estate holding and development. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's like planning and building and stuff like that. I'm not too sure. But the cool thing about investing into an REIT is that you're really diversified. Even this one ETF that we're buying into, think about this, guys. We're buying industrial and office REITs. So that's like office buildings and stuff like that. Like, big office buildings, stuff like that. Retail, so that's stores, shoppings, malls, stuff like that. So residential, so this is the ones people live in. So there's a wide variety of real estate that you're buying into, and I think that it really kind of protects you in a sense if the real estate market ever crashes, or if housing markets crashes, or interest rates go high, kind of thing. I think this is really a smart way to do this, and this is why I like investing into real estate this way instead of being like a traditional landlord. And like I always say, you don't need a lot of money to get started, which is really, really nice. So this is this fund. I think this is the first one we're going to start with. There's a couple other ones I've been looking at, but this is the first one we're going to go with because it looks pretty solid. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on Wealthsimple Trade right now. I'm just going to look up the fund. Of course, I can't buy it because I got to wait 2 days or so for the money to actually go into the account. But I'm just going to show you guys how you would do this kind of thing. So basically what I'm going to do is, like, after this video is already published, the next day or two, I'll buy the fund and stuff like that. I do like to buy it as I do the video, but unfortunately, sometimes it takes a couple extra days, and it was a holiday on Monday. So that transfer is kind of delayed a little bit. So we'll go ZRE. So this is the fund name or the ETF, and we can see maybe it's ZRE dot or FTSE. Maybe let's try that one. FTSE. See if we can find it here. FTSE. It should be in here somewhere, but it might. I wonder if it's not actually. So let's go ZRE.TO, as I think is the official name. And we can't actually find it on here. So ZRE is actually the Bank of Montreal. I wonder if this is the correct one. I don't think it is. Oh, VRE. I'm typing it wrong here. That's why. ZRE is a different one. My bad, guys. VRE. VRE. Vanguard Real Estate. There we go, right here. So not VREX, we want VRE. My bad, guys. Sorry. That other one was one I was also looking at, so I got the two confused. But VRE is going to be the Vanguard FTSE Canadian Capped REIT Index ETF. This is one we want, so I'm probably going to buy 2 shares of it, because that'll be about, that'll be about 38 times 2 would be 60. So that would be about $80 or something like that, I guess. But we can see some more information about the fund here. So this is going to be the first one I'm going to buy. I'll buy it tomorrow when that money goes into the transfer of the account. And we'll start to build out this REIT investing case study. So I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys thought this idea was kind of cool. I do have a plan for doing some others in the future. And I do have plans for like upping the quality of these videos. I know these are pretty basic videos. I basically just capture my screen and talk. But I do plan on doing more interesting things as time goes on. But I did want to start something new because I know you guys really like these investing case studies and like showing you guys how I actually make money and stuff like that. So that's why I want to do this. But anyways, guys, if you guys like this video, let me know what you think in the comment section. Be sure to give it a like, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you guys can see the updates and all the other updates I've done. And if you guys, once again, if you guys haven't checked out the dividend investing case study, check that out because we're already on week 8 and we're slowly growing a portfolio, and it's very similar to this, and I think you guys might like that. So I'll put a link in the description of this video as well for that. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next week.